Okay, we have this question. The question is saying that consider an object of arbitrary shape lying in the xy plane with small particles of weight m1 g, m2 g, m3 g, having coordinates 2, 4, 1, 3, 5, 0. Okay, the masses for the particles are mass 1 is equal to 6 kg, mass 2 which is equal to 8 kg, mass 3 which is equal to 10 kg. Find the center of mass of the system. Okay, so in order for us to calculate the center of mass, since we know that the center of mass is basically a center where all the forces are concentrated. Okay, so it's basically a center where all the forces or where all the masses are concentrated. Okay, so where all the masses are acting. Okay, so now we've been given the first particle. Okay, so since we have 3 particles and we've been given the first particle, so let me just write down data. Okay, so we have particle 1, particle 2, particle 3. Okay, so the first particle, particle 1, it has a mass of what? 6. Okay, 6 kg, and the coordinates which are 2, 4. Okay, so we have 6, the coordinates which is 2, 4. Then particle 2, it has a mass of 8 kg, and the coordinates which is 1, 3. Particle 3, we've been given the mass which is 10, mass which is equal to 10, and the coordinates which is 5, 0. Okay, so now the question is asking us to find a center of mass of the system. Okay, so a center of mass of the system, we're going to split the formula into 2 parts. The first thing, we're supposed to find the x coordinates in centimeters and the y coordinates in centimeters. Okay, so the formula which we're going to use is okay, so this is the formula which we're going to use to calculate the values of x. Okay, so where the capital letter M is basically the total mass. Okay, so let us calculate the total mass. Okay, so in order for us to find or to calculate the total mass, you just sum up all the masses. Okay, so you sum up the masses given. So once you sum up all the masses, you're going to find 24 kg. Okay, so that is our total mass. Now the next thing which we are supposed to do is to find the x coordinate using that formula, the one which I've given you. So using this formula, this is our formula. We are finding the value of x, or I can say x coordinate. Okay, so to find the x coordinate, which is denoted by x centimeters, capital letter x centimeters, the first thing which you're supposed to do, you're supposed to sum all you multiply first. Since we are given the formula is m1 multiplied by x1, m2 multiplied by x2, m3 multiplied by x3 over the total mass. Okay, so the total mass, how many masses have been given? 3. Okay, so you add all the masses, that's the total mass. Now the next thing which you're supposed to do, you start putting the coordinate, the x coordinate. You only pick the x coordinate, only the x coordinate. Okay, so here we have mass 1, so we have m1 which is 6 here, m1 which is 6. Okay, so 6 you multiply it by 2 which is x1. The next m2 which is 8, you multiply it by 1. Okay, so since x2 is 1 and x3 is 5, you multiply it by 10 which is m3. Okay, over the total mass, you're going to find this one. So now the next thing which you're supposed to do, you're supposed to find the y coordinates. Okay, you're supposed to find the y coordinate, which is y centimeters. Okay, so in order to find the y coordinates, you use the formula. This is the formula which you're supposed to use. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, so y centimeters in centimeters is equal to m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 over capital letter M, which is the total mass, and we found it to be equal to 24. Okay, so m1, what is our m1? Our m1, which is 6. Okay, and our y1 which is 4 here, m2 which is 8, y2 which is 3, m3 which is 10, y3 which is 0. Okay, so after doing that, you divide by 24, which is the total mass, then you're going to find 2.00. Okay, and kindly note that for the center of mass, it's supposed to have the x centimeter and the y centimeter. In short, it's supposed to have x coordinate and the y coordinate. So now here we're going to conclude that our center of mass, which is denoted by C, I'll just denote it as C, center of mass is equal to the center of mass of the system is located at the coordinates. The first coordinate, the value of x, the coordinate of x we found 2.92, comma, the second coordinate, which is 2.00 in centimeters. Okay, so this is our center of mass. Let me just write it nicely. So 2.92 comma 2.00 centimeters. So this is the center of mass of the system. Okay, so the center of mass of the system is located at the coordinates 2.92 comma 2.00 in centimeters.